And the number of those workmen was according to their service.
Además, David y los jefes de ejército separaron para el servicio a algunos de los hijos de Asaf, de Eman y de Jerutón, a que había de profetizar con liras, arpas y símbolos, y el número de esos conforme a su servicio fue.
So Chronicles details this.
Chronicles nos da detalle aquí.
Who's doing what?
¿Quién está haciendo qué?
Chapter 24,
Capítulo 24,
the sons of Aaron,
los hijos de Aarón,
Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, Ithamar,
Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, Itamar,
and their sons.
sus hijos.
Now Nadab and Abihu died.
Nadab, Abihu, ellos murieron.
Why?
¿Por qué?
Because they did something that God did not command to do.
Porque hicieron algo que Dios no manda que hagan.
What's David doing?
¿Qué está haciendo David?
He's doing something God didn't command to do.
Está haciendo algo que Dios no manda hacer.
David's just willy-nilly saying.
David está solo diciendo.
How'd you translate willy-nilly?
I didn't translate.
Okay. off the top of the head, he decides, hey, these guys are going to handle the ministry.
David decide, esos hombres van a ser encargados del ministerio.
Chapter 25,
Capítulo 25.
we recognize a name here,
Reconozcamos un nombre aquí.
Asaph,
Asaf.
because if you read the Psalms,
Si lees los Salmos,
in those inscriptions right before the
y
Psalms,
las inscripciones antes de los Salmos,
we have lots of Psalms.
hay muchos
A
Salmos.
Psalm of
Una
Asaph.
Salmo de Asaf.
Well, who was Asaph?
¿Quién era Asaf?
David,
David,
of his own volition,
de su propio querer,
determines that Asaph
determinó que Asaf
and his
y
descendants
sus descendencias
are going to take care of the music,
van a estar encargados de música.
the songs,
Los salmos,
the
los
cymbals,
símbolos,
the harps,
los arpas,
the psalteries.
los salmos.
So David's dividing up a group.
David está dividiendo un grupo
We know David
y sabemos quién es David.
wrote most of the Psalms.
Él escribió mayoría de los salmos.
David played the harp.
David tocó la lira.
He was so skillful
Él era tienen tanto talento por eso.
that Saul the king commanded him to be in his courts to play unto him.
Que Saúl, el rey, mandó que él estaba en su presencia para tocar por él.
So David loves music.
David encanta la música.
He's gonna divide the priests.
Él va a dividir los sacerdotes.
Like a third of them are going to be the musicians.
Como un tercer de ellos van a ser músicos.
God didn't command him to do this.
Dios no manda hacer eso.
Chapter 26.
Capítulo 26.
Concerning the divisions of the porters of the Korites was Meshelemiah, the son of Kor, and the sons of Asaph, and the sons of Meshelemiah were Zechariah, the firstborn. Yeah, and on and on.
Para las clases de porteros, capítulo 26, había de los coreitas, Meselemías, hijo de Coré, los hijos de Asaf. Meselemías tuvo hijos y sigue.
The porters.
Los porteros.
So David's divided them up into three.
David ha dividido a ellos en tres.
You guys are going to take care of the ministry part.
Ustedes van a cargarse del ministerio.
You guys are going to take care of the music and the worship.
Ustedes la música, la adoración.
You guys are going to take care of being the porters.
Ustedes van a cargarse de ser porteros.
I would imagine they would have been the grounds people.
Me imagino que ellos se encargan del edificio y todo eso.
Take care of the building.
Cuida del edificio.
You're going to usher people in.
Vas a meter la gente.
You're going to tell people where they need to go.
Vas a decir a la gente dónde necesitan ir.
There's a courtyard that's going to be in the temple.
Hay un lugar pórtico que va a ser en el templo.
And there was no courtyard of the tabernacle.
No había pórtico en el tabernáculo.
But David says,
Pero David dice,
when we build the temple,
cuando hacemos el templo,
there's going to be a
va a
courtyard.
ser un pórtico.
For what,
¿Para
David?
qué, David?
So that the Gentiles can come
Para que los gentiles puedan venir.
and they can, from afar,
Y ellos desde lejos
they can behold the worship of the true
pueden
God.
mirar la adoración de Dios verdadero.
My great-grandmother was a Moabite.
Mi bisabuela era moabita.
We're going to invite the Moabites to come and
Vamos
see.
a invitar a los moabitas para venir a ver.
We're going to invite the Gentiles
Vamos a invitar a los gentiles
to come and see the glory of our God.
a venir a ver la gloria de nuestro Dios.
Now, Typological, right?
Tipológicamente, ¿no?
David, a type of Christ.
David, tipo de Cristo.
And through him,
Y a través de él,
the Gentiles are going to come in.
los gentiles van a meterse,
They're going to proselytize
van a evangelizar
into the religion of the Jews.
a la religión de los gentiles, o los judíos.
But David's going to appoint these men to be
Pero
porters.
David va a apuntar a estos hombres a ser porteros.
So David has rearranged all of the Levites.
David ha reacomodado todos los levitos.
He asked God, or he tells Nathan, I want to build a house for God.
Él dice, Natán, quiero hacer una casa para Dios.
I'm going to set all this up in Jerusalem.
Quiero poner todo esto en Jerusalén.
It's going to be wonderful.
Va a ser maravilloso.
And it was.
Y era.
God blessed it.
Dios les bendijo.
God was in it.
Dios estaba adentro.
But I read that and I think,
Pero leo esto y digo, ¿cómo?
if I'm thinking along the lines of the regulative principle.
Si estoy pensando en las líneas de principio regulador,
Now let me explain a difference here.
déjame explicar una diferencia aquí.
The regulative principle
Principio regulador
says that we only do those things that God has commanded us to do.
dice, solo hacemos las cosas que Dios nos ha mandado a hacer.
There's another principle
Hay otro principio,
called the normative
se
principle,
llama el principio normativo,
which says
que dice,
that as long as God doesn't condemn this
si Dios no lo condena esta,
or say you can't do it,
o dice que no puedes hacer eso,
it's okay to do.
está bien hacer.
The Lutherans follow the normative
Los
principle
luteranos practican la normativa.
because Luther held on to some things from the Roman Catholic Church.
Lutero mantuvo unas cosas de la Iglesia Católica Romana.
He didn't reform as far as Calvin and Zwingli did.
Él no reformó tanto como Calvino y Zwingli.
So the Lutherans say, well, yeah, but it's okay.
Entonces los luteranos dicen, está bien.
We can do some things that aren't in Scripture.
Podemos hacer unas cosas que no están en las Escrituras.
The regular principle says, no,
El principio regulador dice, no.
you can't just think of something
No solo puedes inventar algo
that's rooted in tradition
que está raizado en tradición
and do it.
y hacerlo,
It's not okay.
no está bien.
God regulates his worship.
Dios regula su adoración.
We will only do those things that God says to
Solo
do.
hacemos las cosas que Dios dice que haces.
So do we have a problem here with David?
Tenemos un problema aquí con David.
I mean, it seems like he's following the normative principle to me.
Parece que está practicando el principio normativo aquí.
Well, God didn't say we couldn't change the order of the Levites.
Dios no dijo que no podemos cambiar la orden de los levitos.
God didn't say we couldn't give a third of them to be musicians.
Dios no dijo que no podemos dar un tercero de estos para ser músicos.
Well, David likes music.
David le gusta la música.
It sounds like that's David just wanting to do that.
Parecía que solo es David queriendo hacerlo.
Why is that okay?
Porque está bien.
I struggled with this.
Yo luché con esto.
Does anybody else struggle with that?
¿Alguien más lucha con esto?
Wade, you with me? So
I don't struggle.
I don't struggle with it anymore, but I really wrestled with this.
Yo luché con esto.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't you suppose that God prompted him in that he was the author of the idea that he was behind it all?
That's the excuse that I made.
La excusa que yo hice es que David fue inclinado por Dios.
The problem that I had, yeah, she said, couldn't we suppose that the Lord led the heart of David to do these things? That it was God who was behind him doing this? See, but the Scripture doesn't tell us that.
Las Escrituras no nos dice esto.
So we would have to assume that.
Tendremos que presumir esto.
Why could we not assume that the Lord was leading the heart of Nadab and Abihu to do what they did?
Porque no podemos presumir que el corazón de Dios, de Nadab y Abihu fueran llevados por Dios.
God says, offer the fire with this incense
Dios dice, ofrece este fuego con este incienso
at this time,
en este tiempo.
but we're going to add it. We're going to do it again at another time.
Pero vamos a añadir esto y hacerlo en otro tiempo.
Why? I mean,
One thing you could think, una cosa que podrías pensar, I'm not saying this is what it is, no estoy diciendo que eso es lo que es, but if we see a pattern, si vemos un patrón, you have a covenant made with Adam, tienes un pacto hecho con Adán, instruction given to Adam, instrucción dado a Adán. You have a covenant made with Noah, un pacto hecho con Noé, instruction given, instrucción dado. With Abraham, con Abraham, instruction given, instrucción dado. Moses, instruction given, Moisés, instrucción dado. With David, you have a covenant and no instruction. Con David tienes un pacto sin instrucción. So you could say, there was instruction. Puedes decir, assume there was instruction. Puedes presumir que hay instruction. So if you take the position that you're going to assume that God instructed him, si tomas la postura que vas a presumir que Dios lo instruyó, we have a pattern of God instructing. Tenemos un patrón de Dios instruyendo. So, another thought, otro pensamiento.
es un problema.
It's a problem.
Again,
Otra vez,
we could assume God led his heart to do this.
podemos presumir que Dios lleva su corazón a hacerlo.
But then that would open the door to, I believe the Lord is leading my heart to do something.
Después este abre la puerta que creo que Dios está llevándome a hacer esto.
There are lots of churches
Hay muchas iglesias
that have pastors and pastoras
que tienen pastores y pastoras
who feel the Lord is leading my heart to do
que
something.
siente que Dios está llevando mi corazón a hacer algo.
Look out for the fire.
Cuidado con el fuego.
So, and we'd have to assume that.
Tendremos que presumir eso.
And that would open the door for that.
Y abre la puerta por eso.
The covenant
El pacto
is the covenant with David a new covenant apart from the previous covenants?
El pacto de David es nuevo, aparte de los pactos antes.
Or is it a furtherance of the covenant made with Abraham and with Moses?
Es siguiendo el pacto con Abraham y con Moisés.
So Moses' covenant defines
El pacto de Moisés define
the ceremonial law and religious worship.
la ley ceremonial y adoración en adoración en el servicio.
David's covenant
El pacto de David
was an eternal throne
era un trono eterno
and a kingdom,
y un reino,
the definition of the kingdom.
la definición del reino.
So it doesn't replace
No
the Mosaic
repone,
covenant or the ceremonial law.
no repone la ley ceremonial.
It's a difficult situation.
Es una situación difícil.
So I'm going to give you two answers to the question, is this breaking the regular principle?
Voy a darte dos respuestas a la pregunta si esto está rompiendo el principio regulador.
The answer is no.
La respuesta es no.
I'm going to give you two reasons.
Voy a darte dos razones.
One of them not as... Okay, the first one I would give you is the typology.
La primera que te doy es la tipología.
Christ,
Cristo.
David being the type of Christ,
David siendo el tipo de Cristo.
we must see Christ as the antitype,
Debemos ver Cristo como antitipo,
who as the king
como el rey
and the priest
y el sacerdote
and the prophet,
y el profeta.
and he is God,
Y él es Dios.
he has the right
Él tiene el derecho
to do what he will
a hacer lo que él quiere
with worship
con adoración
and how his people will worship.
y como su pueblo fueran adorados.
But that's not sufficient
Pero no es suficiente
for the liberties we see
para las
David have.
libertades que vemos con David aquí.
So the second
La
explanation,
segunda explicación,
and I believe this establishes a principle within the regulative principle,
creo que esto establece un principio entre el principio regulador,
that David
que David
is not changing.
no está cambiando.
Now, let's be very clear here.
Seremos muy claros aquí.
David is not changing anything
David no está cambiando nada,
regarding the ceremonial law.
tratando la ley ceremonial.
He's not tinkering with that.
No está moviendo esto.
He's not tinkering with the incense,
No está moviendo el incenso,
the showbread,
el pan,
where it's going to be
donde
located.
va a ser colocado
Well, within the temple, I
con
mean,
el templo,
not the city.
no la ciudad.
He is tinkering with the city.
Él está cambiando la ciudad.
He's not changing anything regarding the ceremonial laws.
No está cambiando nada de acuerdo con la ley ceremonial.
He's not tinkering with anything that God commanded.
No está cambiando nada de lo que Dios manda.
He's not tinkering with, let's build a new altar.
No está cambiando, hacemos un nuevo altar.
Let's build a new ark. We need a bigger ark.
Necesitamos un nuevo arca, no está haciendo esta.
We need something that nobody can carry. You know, 4 guys can't carry it on
Necesitamos
poles.
un arca que ni 4 hombres pueden cargar. No, no está haciendo esto.
He's not changing any of that.
No está cambiando nada de esto.
Yes, ma'am. He's not changing the way of worship.
No está cambiando la forma de adorar.
God defined how he would be worshiped.
Dios definió cómo va a ser adorado.
God defines the elements,
Dios define los elementos,
the furniture,
muebles,
the ceremony,
ceremonial,
how it will be done.
cómo va a ser